SNnews Radio. Thank you so much for coming in with Indacarseat, DatGuY, Street Now News, your Jake, Terry Dwayne Ashford. Coming in at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Thursday night. I'm Terry Dwayne Ashford. We are coming in our second time tonight, airing the first time at 9:30. We're bringing you a second podcast for the night. Thursday night, it is. Again, I repeat, Thursday night, May 6th. I think I said April 6th earlier, but it's May 6th, 2021. And the voice you're hearing right now is Terry Dwayne Ashford. What we're coming in tonight to talk about for you is some things. We want to, first of all, say thank you to those people who come to Terry Dwayne Ashford and genuinely have interest in meeting him and getting to know him however way and whatever they're trying to do. We appreciate that when it's genuine. But we do also want to appeal to you, appeal to those people, even to those who are genuine. We have no interest in those things, those types of activities that we foresee that is happening. It is not our interest to carry out a natural sexual reproduction activity in what we think, from a professional standpoint, is an immature way of carrying out those activities. We're bringing this to you in a mature way, in an honest way, despite what anyone has told you or may want to promote and prompt. Indacarseat, that guy Terry Dwayne Ashford considers himself, and he is, more mature about this, the reproductive nature of life than to go out and just have frivolous sex like that. And we wanted to share that with you because it's not what we do. That's not how we do it. Now, you all have known or have heard that Indacarseat, that guy Terry Dwayne Ashford, does believe semi-ly in abstinence, and in part that is partly where the self-loving comes from that has come into conflict. That's part of abstinence. We, from SNnews, the Jick, the horse's mouth, Terry Dwayne Ashford's messaging to you directly, that is something serious to him. I mean, it's a spiritual thing. It's just because one think about having sex or whatever it is, doesn't mean he or she wants to do it, because other things come into play in your brain of a mature person when you decide to do something versus when you decide to think something. You see what I'm saying? And also, when you think something, I think it's quite natural too to fantasize, but you don't do everything that you fantasize about. And some of the reasons why a person would not do things that he fantasizes about is for moral reasoning, spiritual reasoning. There are a lot of reasons why a person would not do everything that he may think about doing. So we share that with you, and we want to appeal to those people and say, we thank you so much for the genuine interests that you might have. But we don't do it like that. We just don't do it like that. We, in those situations where it appears that there might be a spring break going on, to us, that's almost like jumping on a yacht and going hanging out in the Bermuda. for spring break, and you do things on spring break, and what goes on spring break stays in spring break. But we understand as mature professionals that spring break is not every day and shall not be every. This particular message is coming to you from Terry Dwayne Ashford, SNnews. We're going to close out on that, and we want you to be assured of this by going to the narrative of this broadcast. And there you will have more information about the belief, the abstinence, if that is what you want to call it, and to be more specific and more accurate and precise, it's really about the decision of the reproductive process of sex. Sex becomes a pleasure, but when it becomes a pleasure to a person's body, you have to be mature enough to not allow that pleasure to become addictive, where you start to abuse the sex itself. That's what I'm sharing with you guys. For SNnews, I'm going to close out with that. I'm Terry Dwayne Ashford.